Welcome back to another JDMKE episode. In this episode, I'm going to do a job that I've been dreading and have not wanted to do, the rear subframe bushings. So I have tried to guilt trip Alex, who lives in Chicago, to come and help me with this, but he is a terrible friend and he will not show up and help me. So I'm doing this alone, all by my lonesome. However, I am happy to have this done. This is the time to do it because right now the car is disassembled to a point where the diff is already out. I mean, everything is basically in place to remove this subframe, and it's the easiest it's going to be now. As far as the bushings, I ordered the Strong Flex bushings. There are a couple different options for the Strong Flex bushings. I actually think there's a third, like, hardcore version, but there's a red and a yellow. The yellow is more stiff, the red is softer, and these are, I went with the stiffer ones for my rear subframe because I just don't want stuff moving around back there. I want the car to be predictable when I'm beating on it. So that was my plan. I used the red ones with pretty much the rest of my whole suspension because I wanted things softer, streetable. I live in Wisconsin, the roads here are horrendous. So these should be a little bit more firm and they should help prevent the car from doing anything crazy that I don't want it to do. I've had these bushings for like a year and a half and I haven't done it because I just didn't want to do it. Now I'm going to lay on the cold ground. I've got the heater blasting and actually it's kind of warm in here. It says 52 right now. It's like 20 degrees outside. We're going to get to work. I'm going to take off this wheel, tie up the caliper, do that on both sides, and then we'll start trying to lower the subframe and see how that goes. Okay, so I've got the caliper zip tied up here, and then all I need to do is come over this way and undo that. That's a 19, so I'm going to get that off. Then we're going to go under the car and check out the bolts that are under there and get a jack and kind of set it up so I can lower this down nicely. Now that I've removed that bottom bolt from the strut, now I need to look up here, and we've got this guy here, which that holds the subframe that way. I don't know if I need to unbolt these four. I think I need to unbolt these four because then that'll drop it down, and then I can remove this from the back of it once we're done here. So there's one, and then another one over here. It's really hard to see. And then there's two others that are, let me see here. There's one here and then one up on the other side over there. So these right here are 12s. I'm just gonna loosen them to start. The 12s in the back were pretty easy. These ones are real in there. Oh yeah, okay. So those move. Got a little isolator right there. This is still in there, so I can drop it down with the jack because I just have one side supported right now. So I'm gonna go over to the other side, over there, and do this again. And then that means all the bolts are loose at least. Oh, and I forgot about these parking brake cables. I'm gonna have to undo these. So for the parking brake, there is an adjustment, and it's this screw right here, which loosens this cable here. So that's where the adjustment takes place on here. What I did is I backed this way off so that I have space underneath the car, and then I'm gonna show you where you can disconnect it underneath the car so that you can take the subframe down with all the lines. So these sit like that. You can just pop them out by pulling. Oh, at least you should be able to. There we go. So those come out like that. The cable comes around like this, and then you can pop that out here. So there's one, and the other one is obviously a lot easier once you've already got one out. So that's how those go. You just loosen that thing up front. Now what I'm going to do is down here, there's one here and one here. That's the last spot where this is attached to like the chassis. Okay, so now I'm going to remove these here which these are like little clamps, so it looks like you just kind of loosen them. There we go. Cool. And one more on this side. Sweet. So that's done. Oh, fuck. Woo! It is cold outside, but I'm sweating like crazy. Okay, you saw how that went. Forgot one thing, ABS. So the lines for the ABS sensors, and then trying to balance this thing on jack stands is tricky. So, you know, if you have another set of hands, Alex, I still hate you. It's obviously better with two people. You can kind of keep an eye on it, but it's the weight's all funky in it, even when it has everything removed pretty much. But now it's on the ground, so I can start kind of tearing into the bushings and seeing what I need to do there. So it's the next day, and I decided to come up with a plan for how I'm going to deal with these bushings. I dropped the subframe yesterday, as you saw, in the fashion that I did alone. But it's on the ground, and it didn't come crashing down. It did like shift a little, but it was fine. So now, like I said, I'm going to get after those bushings and show you how to get those out of there. I've seen a lot of people burning them, and I just hate that messy method. I don't want to put a bunch of heat into it. So I'm going to try less invasive methods. I have a ball joint press that I can use, I think, on those back mounts, but we'll see how that goes. So I'm going to get to work on the mounts that are at the front of the subframe, like towards the front of the car. So I'm going to try and pry those out. Those are in metal sleeves, and they have like a lip that sits over the top. So I'll show you the process there, and we'll learn together. That's just a little tab that comes off. Woo! All right, that is out. Okay, so just a little bit of hammering, prying. There's not a great spot to pry on them other than like that first when you have that very lip of the flange here. But there is a split in this collar, so don't go burning them out. Dude, you saw that. We got rid of these. That was pretty easy. And that's how they look. This one is out, so I'm going to work on the other side, get that one out, and then I'll show you what to do with the rear mounted ones. Those ones we can actually remove from the subframe, so we can use the ball joint press, we can use all kinds of stuff to get those off. Okay, so both of these are popped out. I've got that one out. You can see over there, that one's empty. Now we're going to move on to these here. So these here, these actually unbolt from the car. So I'm going to get this big, I don't even know what that is, a 21 or something. I'm going to get that knocked off. I've got the impact on kill mode. I'm going to spray them down a little bit just to help the threads. We'll get that off the car so we can start working on that separately. And we'll hit it with a little juice, just because it's a big guy. Got the big Milwaukee. I've got it on 2, not 3. And let's see if she can do it. Oh yeah. No problemo. Here is that mount, and that's really cool that it comes off because that opens up a lot of options for removing this bushing. Like I said, I was told that if you use a hole saw and cut this out, it makes your life a lot easier. So I might try that method first. I mean, I can do this twice, so you guys can watch me struggle through it. And, you know, maybe I'll just hog her out and see what happens. All right, so I got a hole saw kit. So that's all, this is all locked in. I'm gonna try and just get right through that bad boy. Ooh, this is gonna be a mess. Okay, I think I changed my mind about the hole saw size. I think I wanna go bigger. And I'm gonna go do this where I can be really messy. It's looking good so far. I just gotta find a better way to clamp this. Hey-oh. Got it. Okay, so once you use the hole saw to drill out the bushing, you're gonna be left with something like this. So this little edge here, that's what I'm gonna get out. And the way I'm gonna do that is by getting a screwdriver and smacking it in so we can pound it out. And see, you're just gonna keep going around and you can kinda see how you just knock that little lip out. Okay, now I'm gonna flip it over, knock that lip down on that side, then we'll see if we can get this thing out. Might be a little bit. All right, and that is what you're left with right there. So there's the collar you need out, and now we've got these done, which is great. All right, so after you have your mount all removed, after that process, I'm just gonna take a wire brush, just kind of clean out the inside to make sure it's a nice smooth surface. Honestly, it looks pretty good in there. I think I could probably just slap it in there because it looks pretty decent, but I didn't really mess it up, but I figured I'll just do a quick clean. All right, that thing is nice and smooth. So I'll probably just give it a little wipe down. So this is what you'll get when you order your kit from StrongFlex. These are the ones that are towards the rear of the car. These are the ones towards the front of the car, and there's no instructions like everything else in the world that is automotive related. The only thing you really have to figure out is where the washer goes. There's a washer here and a washer there, and I think I've got it figured out, but these are what you need to accomplish this task. So now I'm gonna get to work greasing them all up and installing them in and showing you that process. So I'm just gonna get this thing completely coated in this grease, and then I'm gonna actually wrap it in Teflon tape because I heard somewhere that that helps. I heard that this helps with squeaking, so you know, I don't plan on being back here anytime soon. Apparently the Teflon's supposed to last a long time, so I don't know. I did it with all my other bushings, and this will be the test bed for that on whether or not it works, because everybody complains of squeaking with poly bushings. But if you look back into our suspension overhaul series that we did with redoing the entire suspension on the Supra, then you would you'd see more of us doing this, but I pushed some of that tape up there, but honestly, I know there's more in there because I put a lot in there, so it should be good. That is the process for pounding in these bushings. The installation is super simple, and that's one of the really nice things about the poly bushings is that it's really pretty easy to get these in. I had a little bit of trouble with this metal sleeve. You just kind of got to get it started on the other side, and then you can just hammer it through. So this one is all set to go back on the car. Next, what I'm going to do is show you those forward mounts, the ones that are towards the front of the car on the subframe. So we'll just go over that quick. All right, so for this one, I put the sleeve in there first because I was thinking it might be kind of hard to pound it in after the fact. So there we go. Got the sleeve in there. Now hopefully I can line up the other one. Okay. So that is in, and I'm feeling good about that. All right, so I hope that gives you a good idea of what it takes to install these bushings. You know, there's some labor associated with it and some disassembly. Obviously, it makes it easier because my car is kind of disassembled already, but I hope you enjoyed learning this process. And, you know, I wanted to show you an alternative to burning everything out, which is messy and obnoxious for me. I feel like I didn't have that hard of a time getting all this stuff out. And if I had a better, stronger drill, I shouldn't say better, my drill's just not really made for that. That was honestly the biggest part, was putting the hole saw through those bushings. So if you're looking to do a job like this, I hope this helps. You can see that those mounts towards the front of the subframe, rear subframe, those are simple to pry out and just pop out with a screwdriver and a hammer. And the rear ones, those are more work, but not too bad overall. So I'm looking forward to feeling like my car is solid and planted. And, you know, it's just another project checked off the list. So I'll wait till Sam or somebody can help me lift this thing back up in here, but it'll be all set for when we're ready to do it. So thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We're gonna keep cranking out the videos because there's lots to do on this car. So make sure you follow along, and if there are any questions like usual, just put them down in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.